Okay, so I don't know if we have anyone here yet. Let me see. Oh yeah, we do. We've got Love to Craft. We've got Kai Caroline. I'm just trying to get this laptop up. So I can look at the chat without having to keep looking at the phone. Yeah, okay, so we've got quite a few in. So how's everyone doing? Can you hear us okay? See us okay? Hi Amy, Samantha, Leslie, Kath, Rosetta. Oh, hi Gemma. Yeah, you can hear, everything's good. Oh, hi Carol. Hi Tina, Linda. I'm a little bit late actually because I got carried away watching Michael McIntyre's big show thing where they do. I was watching the midnight thing with Bradley Walsh. It was so funny. So yeah, I got carried away and realised I had to run in here at the time. Oh, Caroline, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's so sad. Yeah, I'm really sorry. Hi, Hope. Oh, good. Well, you finally caught alive. She was 95. Wow, that is a good age, isn't it? But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so I've been asked loads of times to make it's sort of like a mini album type of thing, but it's like a shaker as well. And it's really simple to do. So you need a page protector. This is an A4 one. I've got a couple of pieces of acetate. I'm going to put the link for this acetate because I think it's 22 or 23 pound for 100 sheets, and it is amazing value. So hang on, let me see if I can get you the link for it because people have asked us before. See if I can put it in the chat because I've got my laptop. Yeah, there we go. I've put the link. It will just last you forever and it's such good quality. It's really, really thick. So that's what I'm using. I've got the sewing machine. I've got some little sequins. Somebody asked me about this as well last week and I forgot to put the link. I basically got it from Temu. Surprise, surprise. And it's actually, it was down to put like herbs and spices in. And I think it's great. It's like a little tray here. And you get all your little bits. And you get the little spoons with them as well. And you can just make some like little sequins and then have them all ready in there. So I will put the link for that either before I go or after the video. But yeah, it's really cute this. I think it was only about £4 or £5 or something. So that's what that was. So what we are going to do is cut this pocket. So I'm going to cut the strip off with the holes in. Yeah, Elaine, it is very useful. Samantha, Anne, would you consider a video on making shaker bits such as the clay sprinkles? Do you mean actually making them? Because I've never done them. I just buy them ready-made. Like, this was a pack I got from Temu, and I just buy them like that. I've never made them, but I'd have a go at them, definitely. Hi Lorraine, hi Rhonda from Arizona. Wow. So I've cut that off, so now you're going to have two sides that are open, two sides that are closed. So I'm also going to cut the short side down because it measures roughly 8 1/4 inches. I'm going to cut it down to 6 inches on the open side still. Yeah, so it now measures 6 by 12 inches. Yeah, thumbs up everybody. It just helps get your videos around to more people. Oh, hi Claire. So now this is 12, so I want the spine to be about 2 inches. So let's work it out. So yeah, so we're gonna have to sew at 5 inches, then roughly at 7 inches. So if you want to make a little mark with a pen or a pencil, you can. Probably a removable ink pen would be better. I've got one, but you can never find them when you need them. So what I'm going to do, so 5 inches, I think, let me see if I can just kind of mark it or bend it a little bit, just so I know where I'm going to sew. Oh, do you know what, stuff it, I'm just going to mark it with a pen. Hopefully this glitter pen will come off. So I'm going to mark it at 5 inches and I'm going to mark it at 7. Right? You laugh, Angela, you laugh every time I mention Temu. So why do you chuckle? So you can see I've got a mark at 5 and I've got a mark at 7. So I am going to sew a straight line up there and a straight line up there as best I can, because obviously I don't want to get the pen and draw the line all the way down. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. So, and also what we will need to do, as well as sewing the 5 and the 7, we'll need to sew this one here. So all we'll have open is the big long piece at the top. Okay, so I've got the machine ready. It shouldn't take me long to quickly sew them. So I will be back in a minute or so. Okay. Okay, so that is that done, and I'll show you what I've done. So I've just chose a straight stitch, and I have just sewn the 5, the 7, and obviously the end that was open. So now all we've got open is our section here, the middle for our spine, and obviously the other side. So I've used that gorgeous thread again, the Timu one, which is different colours. I just love it, it's so pretty. And I back stitched them as well, because obviously we don't want all of our little sequins coming out and stuff. So let me cut these off, and then we're going to fill these, put the acetate in these little pockets, which is what's going to make it more sturdy, because without acetate it's just going to be floppy, isn't it? So we'd have our spine like that. And then what you can do as well, if you want to make it all matching, you can then go around your machine and sew the bits that are sealed just so it matches. Okay, it's entirely up to you. So now we don't really, when we come to stitch them closed, we don't really want to be stitching through the acetate. So I would make the acetate a little bit smaller than the pockets. So if we measure the pocket, so the first one, I am going to make the acetate, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. So 4 3/4 by 5 3/4 for the first one. So 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. So that's the first piece. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slot that in to one of your little pockets and see how much sturdier that makes it. Then 5 3/4 we know is the height. Make this about 1 7/8 wide. So 1 7/8 by 5 3/4. Okay, so this bit will go in what will be like the spine. Okay, so slot that in there. Yeah, push them all the way away, or in the middle if you're going to sort of sew all around. So I've got, like, you can see, I hope you can see, I've got like little gaps where the, not gaps, but where the acetate stops. I know that I can then sew without having to sew the acetate. I don't really want to. I don't know if it might jam up the machine, but. And then the last one is going to be, again, 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. So 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. So one sheet of acetate will make your little binder, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now I've got all of the acetate in, and then it's just going to be a case of picking what sequins you want to have in. Oh. Yeah, pick what sequins you want to have in. me just look at this. Oh, get off. Right, okay, so I've already got them. My chat's gone all funny here. Should have just left it. Okay, so get these little bits of threads off. I hate the little threads. I'm going to have to sort this out, otherwise I'm not going to be able to see what anyone's saying. That's it. Oh, Tina, I think I've just found out how to add you as a moderator. I have. Let me see. I'm going to find your comment. Right, Tina. Yep, I've found out. So it should have worked now. Tina, if you're still there, I think I've made you a moderator. I don't know if you have to accept it or anything, but it says it's done it. Hi, the Crafty Halo. Samantha, quite useful tutorial adapted to make boot covers. Yay, it's worked. So I wonder if I have to do that every live or whether it just automatically comes on. Caroline, yes, of course. Let me see. Yep, there you go, Caroline. You should be one as well. I think when you make a next comment, it should come up that you're a moderator. Okay, so I'm going to fill this with a few sequins now. Oh, it's, you know, it's really annoyed me, that moderator thing. I've tried in the past and never been able to do it, and I've just found out how to do it by accident. By clicking the wrong, I clicked something else and it came up. So, I mean, you don't want loads and loads in, but you know, put as many as you want in. A few down in the spine. That'll do, because remember, we've got to end up punching holes in there to put our these things in. I forgot what you call, ow, forgot what you call them. So we need to put them in as well. Oh, Hazel, you've missed some. Oh, you can watch it anytime, you know. I'll leave them on YouTube. If when you go onto my channel across the top, I think if you click on live, you'll see all the live videos we do every week. So right, let me see. There, I think that's enough. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So, as I said, I think you want to really sew up here to make the thread matching, and obviously you want to just sew all the way along to close it up your pouch. As I said, push the acetate right to the bottom, so you're not sewing the acetate, you just want to be sewing the plastic. Okay, so give me 2 minutes and I'll quickly run this through the machine. Right, I've had a little bit of a disaster. Hi Sally Ann. My machine's come unthreaded and I didn't realise, but I'll sew it up later. But yeah, it come out the top bit, so I'm gonna have to sew that bit or I'll have sequins everywhere, but it's just going to take time to thread, so I'll do that after the video. The main goal is to show you how to make them, so I'll just tie this in a knot so it doesn't come undone. I thought it seemed a bit weird when it was sewn. I didn't realise it had come undone. So pretend that's stitched. I'm going to have to make sure I don't tip it up this way, otherwise I'm going to have sequins all over the place. And that thread's a bit iffy there as well. I don't know, my machine's been playing up a bit lately. Right, so I'll just have it inside that way. So now the rings, let me see. So I think maybe this size would do, and I'll tell you the size they are in a minute. So they are, yeah, I could, Vivian, couldn't I put some tape over? So these are coming in at 1 5/8 in diameter. I've got some of this removable tape. So let me just stick that over for now. Yeah, and that'll stop them coming out till I sew it after the live. So I don't want to waste your time having to thread the machine up again. So this can be a bit tricky, but just take your time with it because we don't want to mess this up. So also remember, we can only fit our crocodile down so much, so don't put them too low, like obviously, or you're not going to get your holes punched. So I think the best thing to do is to measure across, which I said this is 1, well no, say 1 3/4 of an inch. So you've just got to kind of put this on and kind of go for where you think. So you can see there where that starts to come down. I am just going to mark it there and hope that it's right. So I've put them at 1 inch apart, and I'm hoping once this is open it'll be enough for us to get them in. So I'm just going to go for it and hope it's okay. Right, let me see. See, now already I've made them holes a little bit too low, so I'll have to just go down as far as the crocodile will, but try to stay on, near the marked bits I've got for the holes. And then about here. Okay, so first 2 holes, let's try. Probably nowhere near. No, I think I should have made them more further apart. Yeah, they're too small then. However, I could use a smaller. I think that would be too small. This is the only thing that can be tricky, is getting the distance of the hole right for these. But I think this one might work better. Yeah, that works better, so I'm just going to have to go with this one. Do you see? mean, it'll still hold a few pages, but really I should have made it, I should have, you know, spaced them out much more. And these, I'm just going to tip the sequins out the way a bit. And then I'm just going to go for it by just eyeballing it really. Need them two out the way. You can just push them out. Yeah, we'll go for there. But maybe what you could do, you know, is with a piece of card, yeah, just this would be better. Get a piece of card first and make a template. So cut a piece of card the same as your spine, you know, fiddle around with what the measurements and the thing will be, and then you know that you're not, rather than making one of these and then hoping it's right, you're going to waste all this acetate and all this work. Just do a template with a piece of card, and then you know you're going to get it right then. I think that's the best way to do it. So for now I'm just putting the smaller ones in because that's all I'm going to get in really. But it's still workable because I can still get some pages on it. See? Now if you want to put eyelets in, you can, but bear in mind if you put them in, it does kind of alter the gap, like the space that you have to put these through. So just bear that in mind. So then we need to make some pages. So I'm going to say, if we make them say 4.5 inches wide, and we'll go for 5.5 inches. So 5.5 by 4.5. And let's see what that looks like. So 5.5 by 4.5. Oh, hi Ola, so you're going to watch later. Okay, no problem. So 4.5 by 5.5. Okay. Once that's on there, that should be pretty good. So again, we are going to have to try to guesstimate where we want these holes. So I think probably the easiest thing to do is to take these back out. I'm losing sequins from that blooming tape. So if you take the page, oh hi Lisa, how are you? And so put it on, and then you can kind of just put a little mark there around the two little holes so they should fit. Bits stuck in there. Get them out because I can't see it properly. So punch a hole there and one there, and hopefully it should work. And that's, you can make however many of these you want, and the idea is, like, see if it's been really hot, oh, it's all it's done here is rain and rain, but it's not really cold though. But the idea is you could say put some like I don't know, little handmade embellishments on them with some glue dots. Or even, I suppose, if you wanted to make these from card, you could make them from card and put some little photographs, or, you know, whatever, however you interpret it, however you want to use it. Really, it's your choice. So I'm going to pop these back in, and then we're going to see if the page fits. Yeah, and it probably is better to put eyelets in these because it will stop the little sequins from coming through the holes as well. So I'm going to pop that on there, pop that on there, fasten these shut and have a look. I hate these things, they're so fiddly. I've had mine for ages as well. I think some of them are like really stiff now. I don't think that one's working at all. Let me find a better one. There's one. Does that open better? Oh, yeah, a bit, I suppose. Pop that on there. Close this. There we go. So yes, that size for the page works pretty well. And then, as I said, you can make, you know, you can get quite a few pages on there. It's up to you how many you want to make. But yes, basically that's how you do them. But I think they are really cute. But now I've got sequins all over the place. I'll have to go and stitch up the other bit and thread the machine again. But yeah, so I think that'll be it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll give one a try. And I'm not sure what we're going to do next week. We'll see. But I have got a tutorial that I want to get finished for tomorrow. I think you'll like this. It was, oh, what do you call the lady? She's in our group. I think, is it Sarah? Is it Sarah McFarlane? It might be. Anyway, she sent me a photograph the other day of something she found on Pinterest, but it doesn't have a tutorial or anything. It was just a photograph, and she wanted to know if I could make it. So I'm just going to do my interpretation of it, of like how I think it would be made, or, you know, so it's actually really nice. So I think you might like that one. Yeah, and I'm going to be starting the Christmas project soon. I've got 2 ideas for an advent calendar this year, so I may even do them both. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, we'll be starting the Christmas craft soon. So okay, I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Have a lovely night and have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Let me get this phone out to turn it off. Yeah, so bye everyone.